Hello lovelies and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rita Siao. I am an educator, a public speaker and the author of You Are Unstoppable. And I also run a non-profit organization called Feminine Star Africa where we work so hard to empower young women and girls. In today's video, I'm answering a question from a young lady. She said she needs help with something that is bothering her. Let's read what she wrote to me. I have a boyfriend and I don't love him. I am afraid to tell him I do not love him because I am afraid that when I tell him, he would insult me, curse me, or, destroy my name. This is the issue this young lady raised, and I know that this is a serious issue. It's not just about her, but there are so many other young women out there, probably in the same situation or worse, who are so afraid of telling their boyfriend, you know what, the relationship is not working anymore. I am not into this. This is not working. I just can't continue anymore. How do you tell someone that you have been in a relationship with for whatever time it's been? I can't really tell, but how do you tell this person that you are no more interested in the relationship without hurting their ego or without, making them feel bad? Welcome back. So I want to start by saying, first of all, before you go into a relationship with someone, something might have attracted you about that person. It could be his charisma, his character, his attitude, sometimes even his job, his career, sometimes how generous he is, sometimes his words, sometimes just his demeanor, the kind of person he is, the kind of heart he has. It goes beyond just money, position and all that. So many things comes together before one accepts someone into their lives to date or to be in a relationship with or to build a life together. But then whilst you are in the relationship, whilst you've accepted to date the person, to get to know the person, that is where the true attitude and behavior, internal things that are inside the person begin to come out. As you begin to look at these things, your mind begins to change. You begin to question yourself. Is this the relationship for me? Am I up for this? Is this what I want? So if you are at that position where you've been asking yourself this question, then I think this video is for you. Let's look at this young lady's situation. She has been in a relationship with this young man and she no longer loves him. Probably when they started, she loved him so much. There might be things that he has done, things that have happened along the way, or realizations and self-reinvention that might have happened with her, which through these things, she feels like this relationship is no more working. I don't think this is for me. Or attitudes and behaviors and things about the guy might have triggered this. I'm bringing this up because I want us to first start by looking at how it all starts before we look at how to walk out of it safely without getting hurt or without hurting the other person. First of all, you have to do an assessment. You have to assess the relationship and be sure that this relationship is truly not working. You have to look at the person's attitude, experiences you've had with the person, things that really, really turned you off, things that really, really made you happy, things that are happening that you are not happy with, and why you are walking out. Why have you made up your mind to walk out of that relationship? Give yourself very strong reasons why you are walking out of that relationship. If you convince yourself, then it's time to go to the next thing that you have to do. Next thing you have to do now is to build your power. When I say build your power, I'm talking about building your life outside of this relationship. If you and this person have friends that's all you've known for all the time that you've been together, start building a new network of friends outside of the relationship. If your life, happiness and whatever is dependent on this person, begin to build your happiness outside of that relationship. If your existence, survival depend on this person, begin building your existence and your survival outside of the relationship. Let me give you an example. For instance, this person is the one who sponsors your food, your clothes, your lifestyle, and everything that you do. He sponsors you. It's time for you to start building your own wealth so that when you walk out of this relationship, you know that there is something to cushion you in order to feel safe and not go back to that person because you are in need. This is what I mean by building your life outside of that relationship. So everything that you have to, everything you know that It is just this guy, it is him or it is her. My whole life revolves around her. My whole life revolves around him. Everything that I do is all about him. Begin to create a new way of living your life outside of that relationship that you find yourself in. Next point is, don't just get up and just all of a sudden just say, I'm done with the relationship and that's it. Start planting the seed of this breakup in his or her mind. Start showing him or her signs of your dissatisfaction, the fact that you are just not happy with what is happening and what's going on. Begin sowing this seed in his mind or her mind so that he or she begins to feel like, no, I think there is something happening. I think I have to think twice. I have to, what's happening? This person has to start asking questions so that by the time you come up with the breakup and to tell him or her, the person feels like, okay, I think I saw this coming, or I think this is genuine, not because you have seen somebody else or you are dating someone else, that's why you are walking out of the relationship. Confront things that you are unhappy with. Talk about things that you do not like which is happening. Show in your behavior and your action that yes, I am not how I used to be. Let this person begin to see these signs. For instance, you two have plans to go on a date or to do activities in the future. When he brings these things up, tell him, no, I don't think I'm ready. I'm not interested in it anymore. Just give him point blank answers that makes him feel like, what is wrong? And also stop talking about issues of the future. What you have to do next is to get a support group or a group of people or some people you trust, and you know that these people are not going to tell him she's breaking up with you or he's going to break up with you. Talk about what you're going through and why you want to walk out of the relationship with them. Let them think together with you. This helps you to know whether the decision you are taking is personal or is genuine and is good. One thing I want to add to this particular point is that if you have gone ahead to introduce this person to your parent, be very careful that you do not go and tell your parent you've broken up with him, because the moment your parents realize that you and this person have broken up and then later come back together, the way they will be seeing him or her would be different. They would think him or her a bad person. Their mindset about him will be changed totally. If they used to like him or like her a lot, now they would have serious reservations. So be very careful that whatever decision you are making, you are sure about it, you've decided before it gets to your parents that this person and I are no more together. So with this, they know that yes, it's done, it's over. You don't have anything to do with this person anymore. And there is no instance that you will go back to him or her where your parents will end up seeing you two together. The next point is know what to say to him or her, which is the main reason why you are breaking up from that relationship. Give tangible reasons why you are no more interested in the relationship and breaking out of the relationship. It is not about the person. Don't make the person feel like he has been bad, he has done this to you, he's done that. Don't go throwing stories and issues at him, things that are non-existent, you bring them up. It's about you pouring out your heart honestly to let the person know how you feel. For this young lady, she says she doesn't love him anymore. How does she say this to the young man in a way that he doesn't feel offended? What I want you to consider at this point is that it is about you, not about him. It is not him who doesn't love you anymore. It is you who do not love him anymore. So you have to point out your reasons based on how you feel, what you have done wrong, things that you might have said, things you might have done to him which are wrong, which makes you feel that, you know what, I don't love him and I don't want to stay in there and giving him false hope whilst I am no more interested. When you speak from this angle to this person because you do not love him anymore, the person understands that you are someone genuine who do not want to hold him down whilst looking elsewhere for other people. He also understands that you are not leaving him because you have found somebody else, but it is because you don't feel how you used to feel anymore. So if there is something that that person has been doing or has done, or an attitude or something that needs to be worked on, at this point the person will begin to feel like, I'm losing something precious. Okay? It is not about him, it is about you. Not treating you well And I feel walking out of the relationship and giving you the opportunity to find someone else is the best way forward. When you give these reasons to someone for being why you are walking out of a relationship, I don't think the person would hate you or the person will feel, like his ego is bruised or anything. The person will rather feel, oh, I think I sense this coming. Now it's here, it's real. You know what? I better move on as well. So both of you feel free, okay, and walk out laughing or smiling but not hurting each other. Remember, this is not a time to point accusing fingers. You have done this, you've done that. You are like this, you are like that. This is not a time to judge. This is not a time to throw words. This is not the time to insult. It is not. It's just a time of communication. A time where you let out your inner feelings. A time that you let the person know exactly how you are feeling in the relationship and why you want to just put an end to it. The final thing is to be ready to answer his questions or her questions. Even though you are going to give him or her reasons why you are breaking up, the person would ask questions. So what you have to do first is anticipate questions that the person might be asking and find reasons and answers for such questions in a way that answers the person, but not just throw words around and make him feel like you don't really know why you are just walking out. When the person feels this way, the person begin to think that it is because you found someone else that you are walking out of the relationship. To sum it all up, I want to say that sometimes it's very difficult to walk out of a relationship where the man or the woman that you are dating is the one holding your life together. For instance, you've depended on him or her for your survival, for your financial support, for everything. When someone heavily invests money in you, it is extremely difficult for you to come up and just say, I am done, I'm no more interested in the relationship and I want my life. I want to be all alone. I want to end this relationship. It is very difficult. That's why I said from the beginning that begin to build your own wealth, begin to build your own wealth, begin to build your own life outside of the relationship. But then one advice I have before I go is this. Remember that when you are in a relationship with someone, it doesn't mean you are married. So be careful that you don't go about spending so much on the person with the hope of marrying them, because people do change. If you haven't watched that video of mine, please watch that video because it's a very important video that will help you a lot. I did a video on do not invest into someone with the hope of marrying them. That video would educate you a lot. And if you have already invested in someone, probably it's because you didn't know or because you thought the person would marry you. What I want to tell you is take this as a learning process. Don't do it again. When you meet someone, be open. When you are giving them something, give it to them because you are giving it out of your heart. Don't give it to them because you are expecting something in return. Because remember, even marriages break apart. How much less a date that is happening or a courtship relationship can break. So if you are giving someone gift, give gifts that you wouldn't regret giving to the person. Now, you who is also receiving the gift, which you have not asked for, the person just gives you, accept it, be happy with it. But the secret I will share with you is this. When someone gives you a first, second gift, the third gift should come from you. And fourth should come from you. Something of that sort makes the person feels like, oh, the person is not just in for my money. A few nuggets I want to share before I continue is this. If you are in a relationship with someone, he doesn't own you, you do not own the person. Your life must go on. So if you get to a point where you feel you are done, it's not working, the two of you are not meant to be together, don't be afraid to walk out of the relationship. Have the courage to say, no, I'm done. No, this is not working. No, I can't go on anymore. I hope my young sister would find some answers in this video that I've done to help her walk out of this relationship safely without feeling or hurting the other person. What are some of the reasons why you've walked out of a relationship with someone you were dating or in a courtship with? Please leave your answers in the comments below and I'll come back to read them. Thank you so much for your time and I will see you in my next video. Bye.